Hi, Kathleen here, Research Director at XTB in London. Welcome to our US election preview video. So it's here, the US election is upon us, and it looks like it will be a photo finish. The polls put Kamala Harris and Donald Trump neck and neck. The latest Real Clear Politics poll average has Harris winning 48.7% and Trump winning 48.6% of the vote. The prediction markets, which allow traders to put money on the expected winner of the election, had been strongly Trump until last week when the prediction market started to narrow. Now they're still expecting a Trump victory, but not by as wide a margin as before. So there are a few things to remember about this election. The first is that the result could take time to be declared. The race is neck and neck in many of the swing states, so it could be a number of days before the result is known. In 2020, Joe Biden was not declared the winner until the Saturday after the election. Also, the winning candidate needs to get more than 270 electoral college votes to be announced the winner. Swing states are likely to determine the outcome of this election, and Pennsylvania is considered the tipping point state. That means whoever wins Pennsylvania is likely to win the overall election. So all eyes will be on the outcome of the Pennsylvania race. Voting closes in Pennsylvania at 1 a.m. GMT. However, it could take 24 hours to count the votes in this state, so we may not know who wins the tipping point state until late on Wednesday night. The second is that the market reaction to the election outcome could depend on who wins Congress. If there's a clean sweep for either the Republicans or the Democrats, that could lead to a stronger market reaction. However, if one party wins the White House and then Congress is divided, this would elicit the mildest financial market reaction in our view, since it would make it hard for the president to push through all of their agenda. From a market perspective, the Trump trade, which is long the dollar and short bonds, it's also positive for cryptocurrencies. After performing well, the Trump trade has come off the boil as the national polls have narrowed and indicate a tight race. However, the market is still pricing a Trump win in our view. The dollar index is higher by more than 3.5% in the past month and has only fallen 0.6% so far this week. If Harris wins, we think this will trigger more short-term volatility in our view. It could lead to a rapid weakening of the dollar and gold, and it could also weigh on stocks and crypto. Now, US stock markets are positioned unusually bullish ahead of this election. The S&P 500 has registered 47 record highs this year, and the US index is just over 150 points away from the record high. Some worry that if Harris wins, then her plans to let the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act to expire in 2026 could lead to stock market losses. Now, there could be a short-term decline in US stock markets. However, we think that the biggest blue-chip US markets are protected from whoever wins this election. The biggest US tech giants are multi-trillion-dollar companies, and their balance sheets are bulletproof. Thus, the main US stock markets are likely to be resilient to this election result. Instead, we think that we could see the bulk of the reaction to the election in the dollar and in the gold price in the coming days. And finally, there's been a huge number of postal ballots in this election, up to 78 million, with 700,000 more postal votes for the Democrats than the Republicans. This means that if the initial results look like they favour the Republicans, it could change as the postal results are counted. This is a big moment for the US and for the world. Thanks for joining, and good luck trading.